Hi, Jennifer. So you've definitely made some improvements with him because before he was overly trotty. He's still trotty in this video, but it's not as bad as before. And that's what we're trying to get, is slowly to improve it and get you going the right direction with him. So in the first video, he was kind of overarched a fair amount and too rounded out. You've lengthened him and he's more relaxed in here, which has helped. But now your rein is a little bit too loose. So his head carriage could be here. As we go faster, I'm going to want it just a little bit higher so he doesn't get trotty. But I want you to have more contact on your rein. Instead of being so relaxed here, which is nice, and that's what we want in the future, we don't want it right now because as he's going, there's not enough contact to guide him. And so he's looking around, but he's also getting more strung out. So I'm going to show you.
I'm just doing a running walk. Felt smooth. And little ears are flapping.
And you're getting closer to getting a running walk. And at points you did get some of it, but most of the time when you thought he was doing a running walk, he's still going a little bit more towards that foxtrot. Okay, so for your flat walk, it should be just a tiny bit faster. That's better. So just a little bit more speed. And what I want to see is a little bit straighter line in your rein. It's not that you have to be pulling hard. I just don't want it so loopy because he doesn't have enough guidance and he doesn't know what to do right now. So I would shorten up just a couple of inches, bend your elbow, and try to keep that rein just straight. Don't pump your arms or anything, just have your arms set. You're gonna move some because he moves you back and forth, but right now, because he's lengthened his stride, that's why you're getting so much back and forth. That was more towards a foxtrot. So, but now you're getting a lot more motion in the saddle because he's kind of strung out. So we want to semi-collect him, okay? And I'm going to stop you for a second. So what I want to see is you doing a flat walk and keeping the same speed. And keeping the same speed for at least 5 minutes each direction, okay? You're doing the right things. As he's getting trotty, you're raising your hands up and lifting them up. But again, this rein is too loopy. And then you're going to have to yank your hands way up here. It's not going to look pretty at all. So you want that rein a little bit shorter so we don't have so much loop in it. And then just pop one hand up. It doesn't have to be both. Just pop one hand up and then you bring it back down. Pop it up, bring it back down. And you don't want to hold it up there either. You're not trying to make it obvious to anybody else, and we're trying to ride as pretty as we can. So we want that rein shorter, a little bit more contact, kind of in between your last video and this video. So in your third video, I think we might be doing pretty well. The good things are it looks like you brought your saddle back more, so that looks much better. You are in just a little bit of a chair seat, which is good because your horse is trotty. So, you know, people might say, well, your leg should be underneath you. Not with this horse because he's too trotty. So you're good. You could actually even lean back just a tiny bit more and that might help him. I'm going to set this forward. So see how you're holding it up there for a while, but see that? There's a lot of loop in the rein. So it's going to be much clearer to him if that rein is like that much shorter, maybe about 3 or 4 inches shorter, and you just pop it up and then give him something so he knows it's wrong. Just go like that. And do that as you pop it up and then keep your contact. As you're going around with him, if you feel him changing his speed, use your half halt, which is to squeeze and relax on the rein. So it's you tighten your fist, you release it. And I have a video on this if I didn't send it to you already. So you tighten your fist and release it a little bit. Don't open your fingers way up. Don't give too much. In the beginning, you have to keep a little bit more contact and then just release a little. So he feels a difference. But right now, he's getting too strung out. again, in time, we're going to get self-carriage and we'll get him on a looser rein, but right now he needs more help to hold that. So that's good for a flat walk. That speed is very good, okay? Yep. So you're getting it. It's just at times you're slower. You're not keeping a consistent speed. The other thing I wanted to say is if we have a little bit more contact, it'll shorten his stride some so you won't get as much back and forth motion in the saddle. Because what we're trying to get in time is getting him to engage his back end, to drive underneath him. And then you're going to kind of contain that energy with your hands, keep a little bit more contact, and that way you won't get all this back and forth motion. You're going to get some. Each walking horse is different. But if they're on too loose of a rein, some of them get strung out and then you're just moving all over the saddle like that. So you want to be soft with your hands, but we don't want to have that rein as long. And we want to make sure that when you give him cues, he immediately feels it, okay? And we don't want his head to go down low because then he gets trotty like he's getting trotty right there. But you're doing really well picking up. He's trotty when he's fox trotting. It's just some of the time you think he's doing a running walk, he is still going towards a fox trot. He's kind of in between. So now your flat walk is too slow.
Flat walk.
But
Flat walk is very big. I move a lot.
Yeah, but too slow. And see, he's kind of all over with his head. He's not a bad horse or anything. He's not looking all over, but he needs to be straighter, paying more attention, and just a little bit more collection than you have. But that was a pretty good flat walk right there when you went across. So here, even though he's relaxed and it looks nice, for his training at this point in time, you still have to keep a little bit more contact on him to help him more, okay? It's nice to have, again, a long rein, but not at this point, because it's just, you're not there for him when he needs you to be there. And if you were, and you could half halt quickly, you'll keep him from going into a foxtrot at all. You'll keep him more in his flat walk. There, his head's almost a little bit better. So again, we don't want it too low, because the lower he gets it, then he might get more trotty. So as we go faster with him, it's better if his head's a little bit higher up here. So now you're starting to try to ask him, you said a faster flat walk, but your faster flat walk is your running walk. So again, I'd like to see a little shorter rein. I'd like to see his head up there where you got it, but I don't want to see your hands way up in the air. And then he should not pull back down on you. You want to brace and hold so he doesn't get the reins out of your hand, okay? But you want to kind of pop his head up, then put it back down. So as we're going for the running walk, we want his head just a little bit higher so we help to keep him out of the trot. And that'll help his legs to go a little bit more lateral. Like right there, I'm going to go back for a second. Okay, so here his head is better. You'll see him shake it more. And he's actually engaging himself a little bit more and not going for a trot for a couple of seconds. So I like his head up there better than being way down, because he gets kind of strung out as it gets down and then he starts getting really trotty. So again, try to keep the top of his head kind of up by your belly button. Again, it's nice that he's relaxed, but he gets too trotty when you let him get too relaxed on that loose rein, and then he keeps going into it. The hard part, that was going towards your running walk right there. But then see, he starts changing and he does start getting trotty. You do the right thing with your hand, but again, if the reins were much shorter, you could just pop it up and put it back down and then half halt. So there I would have pulled harder, because he keeps getting trotty because he's just unsure. So shorter reins, more pressure. But there he's still too trotty, okay? So too much. So, you know, again, right there, I'd probably have like 4 to 6 inches of a shorter rein. So right here, you're saying it feels like a running walk, but it's not. He's going more towards a fox trot. And you can kind of hear the footfall has changed. And then the hard part is you stopped. So he was trying to do something, but it was a foxtrot that we rewarded him for, not a running walk. So here you're right. You said he's foxtrotting, but again, you're holding the hands up there. So you just want to pop it up, put your hand back down. If he gets his head too low, pop it up, just one hand, and then bring it back down. And then you'll see how loose these reins are. I know I keep saying that 1,000 times. But for now, it's just that the communication's not very clear to him of what he's supposed to do. So he's definitely trying to do the right thing. And I think if you just give him a little bit more guidance, then he won't keep going into that foxtrot, which he kept doing right there the whole time. So your rein was better there. It was straight, and then he kind of yanked the rein out of your hand, which was bad on his part. So you just want to hold and not give to him when he does that. And you were pretty close to a running walk there, but then you pushed your hands away and gave him too much rein, and then again he's going more towards a foxtrot again. So we have to keep more contact, keep his head up about here, because he keeps going down, and then he keeps getting too strung out. So a fair amount of it as you're going around is the foxtrot. I'm going to put this on. So there you go, more towards a foxtrot. Yeah, and I know you know it. You're getting much better at picking up the feel of it. So that's going more, that was a nice flat walk. That was going more towards your running walk. But again, the rein gets too loopy. But that was much better. Until the reins came way up. So see, again, he just doesn't know he's doing the wrong thing. So the shorter the rein, not as short as the first video, but in between this video and the other video will be much clearer to him. You'll catch it, he'll understand, and then you won't be bouncing around so much. So here you go to cantering. Again, the rein's too long, so you want it much shorter. You want your hands up about here. And then what happens is as he goes, you got the canter, then he comes out of the canter, and you're pulling on him, and you got good contact, and now you got a saddle gait, which is going towards a rack, okay? Rack, okay? But you got it because you had that contact and then he got the impulsion. So your rein there looks better and his head's not tucked way down and he's not too long and lanky, okay? So that was your saddle gait. That's why there was no head shake and it was very smooth, and that's why everybody likes that. And then your rack is just a faster saddle gait, just like your running walk is a faster flat walk. So I'll go back and slow it down so you can see it again. See it again, and I'm sure it was very smooth, and I'm sure you thought that was wonderful, right? So he did a good job, but that's why we need that rein a little bit shorter. So he has the talent to do all that. You got your flat walk pretty good. You just got to be more consistent in the speed. Keep the rein shorter and keep his head a little bit higher, okay? And then as you go to do the running walk, you just want to think, I want a faster flat walk because that's what your running walk is. So add a little bit more speed, but make sure as you're going faster, you keep his head up here and those reins have enough contact that it's a straight line and a not big a loop in here. And then do that 5 minutes each direction, trying to keep that same speed and feeling if it starts to get bouncy at all, or you're not getting the back and forth motion, that you immediately squeeze and relax on the rein. That's your half halt to tell him, no, don't change your gait. Use your half halt to keep him in gait, okay? And then after that, if you wanted to practice your saddle gait, you could. Doing it from the canter is just fine, but keep that rein shorter and then stopping when he does the right thing, that's great. And then you could try it again, okay? So your saddle gait is going to be after your running walk. So you got the flat walk down. We're close in the running walk. It's almost there. and you're gonna get it. I think you'll get it by this next video, and then we'll get the saddle gait after that, okay? So overall, better. He's less trotty. We just got to clean things up, make it a little bit prettier, and keep him from getting too strung out. So again, before he was over collected, now he's a little bit too strung out. So we got to get the happy medium in between. But Jennifer, you're a great rider. You're gonna look really good once we get this together, and it's a beautiful horse. You're gonna get this. So don't think you're not, or that you're not doing it correctly. You are. We're just critiquing things to get you there quicker.